Radish, one of the easiest and fastest growing root vegetable, a cool weather crop, best to grow in spring and autumn, to have the amazing harvest, best shape, size, and the flavor. Now we are going to see here how we can grow in better way and best way, and even up to the yields. There are three varieties are there: red one which is peppery, white one which is slightly sweet, and the black one which is a rare one. Even it can take 2 months to harvest. Another one normally within 3 weeks is enough to have the amazing harvest. What it needs, where to grow, how to grow, what are the points to be taken. That are the main thing we're going to see here to have the amazing harvest. Now it needs well drained soil, and here this is Miss Akila from Bahrain showing her growing of radish in land. If you grow radish in the land or anywhere, very important, the nearby should not be lot of bigger trees or other plants which is giving more shade to this radish. If that happens, and the energy will go producing more leaves rather than producing the root vegetable. And moreover, when in that way it goes to even producing flowers. If you take in more time, if you are allowing them into land, it will produce flower, then flower to seed pods. The seed pods also can be eaten. It's a double one, leaves, a double one, everything, because even that is having amazing benefit. Leaves are having amazing benefit. It's having from cholesterol, sugar, even weight reduction, digestion, every aspect you name it, because radish is one of the playing the vital role. So this is one of the best to have it, even the root vegetable as well as the leaves, even the seed pods. What else you need? Come on. So now whether you can grow in anything, no, that is only thing we have to notice, that you need to have the in between a plant sufficient space, and the more deeper, little bit bigger parts enough, so then it will have the longer and best harvest we can have. What else it leaves well loosened soil. Well loosened soil means like the waterlogged should not happen. That's very important, because soil can be moist but cannot be waterlogged. That's what it's very important factor when you're growing in radish. Now this is the one which is Miss Vidhya showing her growing in grow bag. It's a bigger one, wider one, and she trying to grow in grow bag, and the house he made with cocoa peat and red sand, and with her home composting. The seeds are shown between half inch, it's shown in half inch only. That's and 1 inch width. It's normally enough, but she is giving more space to have the roots grow nicely, deeper, and even having a bigger in size. So that's very important. She is looking at, and moreover, what is the other factor which you are discussing about to have the soil fertility? Because soil fertility, if you don't have even thing, you can have the natural home composting, or adding aged manure, which is cow dung or goat manure or chicken manure. Means that's aged manure is very important. Otherwise, you can have the vermicomposting, one of the amazing supreme star, you can say, because earthworms help a lot, to keep the soil so alive and fertile, to it penetrate to the soil, and flowing of water also, and water and oxygen to the roots. It helps a lot. So everything, that's the earthworms is an amazing one. Now this can be done, or even if you don't have anything, you can make a slurry of coffee grounds, and with crushed Excel can make the good one, because it will give the good strength to the soil. At the same time, it will loosen up the soil to have the better root system. Now before sowing, just take care of it, particularly in the grow bags or in pot. When you're growing that, sprinkle few cinnamon powder on top of it, actually, then you sow the seeds. Just half inch and 1 inch width is enough. Then cover it with your hand. That's it. That's what he's showing here. And then once this happens, it will, within 3 to 4 days, you can see the things are growing up, and within a week's time you can have the leaves started to grow nicely. You can harvest the leaves for your salads, or you can have it. But even if you leave that also, it can give you within 3 weeks the good harvest. Make sure it is getting sufficient sunlight. If it doesn't happen, and if the nearby is having more shady tree, it will and if you keep it for longer, these are three factors. What will happen? It will go to the flowering, then it will reproduce to it will reproduce the seeds in that, the seed parts, which can be also harvested, and that can also can be eaten. Okay, the seeds is very easy to get it from the flower. After flowering to, the seeds will be happening. This is the natural process. We have explained it many times. Now, to avoid that happen, we have to make sure there is no too much of no shade or too much of shade is happening, whether you're growing in grow bag or in pot or in rice bed or in land. That's very important. Partial to full sunlight is enough, but without any shade, proper shade. And secondly, keep the soil moist. And the soil should be, if it moist means the soil, whatever you're watering, it should be flowing nicely. Soil should be loosened enough so that it can reach to the roots nicely, the base nicely. The roots can grow nice with a good aeration, and you can have the amazing harvest. If it's waterlogged, it's going to spoil. So that's very, very important. To have the best free flowing soil, we need to do all these things, what I mentioned earlier. That's it, nothing more than that. And other important point what you are saying, actually, like growing companion plant even in the pots also. Okay, what we can do, you can grow some garlic, some basil, and then peas, chilies, and any other, these are the companion plants also make the good thing. And very importantly, this is the rice bed. You can see that even there also you can see the half inch, that exactly half inch and 1 inch 1 inch width. Actually, we are sowing the seeds and covering up. That's it. Not much care. That's just just using your fingers, you can make the hole, and then after the sowing you can cover it. That's it. This is very easier. When you're growing in rice bed, you're having a little bit more advantage because of the extra aeration it gets, and you can have the amazing harvest also, because I have grown in land and pot and in the rice bed. So I have noticed the harvest what I enjoyed very faster and bigger its rice bed because of the extra aeration it gets. Aeration also very important part to have the proper oxygen to the roots. So okay, now what are the other things we need to be concerned, actually? That is that the harvesting, whether to harvest leaves or not, it's not a big deal as long as you are making sure removing the affected leaves. It can be grown in like this pots also. Okay, making sure whenever the affected leaves are there, remove it. And always growing nearby anything like as I said, tulasi, garlic is very important. It will pop up, it will above the soil, or white or red, anything. Then you can slightly loosen up and remove. That's the way you can harvest. You can see the harvest is happening. And this is the other way also. There's the other way also possible. That's just need to make sure. Just loosen up nearby soil to see how far the growth is. Then you can harvest also. So harvest is very easier. Only thing is the care is given. Then you can have the amazing harvest. So need to consider the soil fertility and the watering schedule. Means should be well loosened, fertile soil, plus the soil should be moist, not waterlogged. That's what can have the amazing harvest. So concentrate on those part. Don't try to give too much of shade, and don't try to give so much of exposed sun also. Both also will not be good. But only thing is enough sufficient sunlight with the good care of watering, you can have the amazing harvest. So in case of any doubts in that and more, you are most welcome to ask. In that here itself, we are happy to explain and more, because we have grown in all that and more everywhere. So the experience is wider. Thank you so much once again.